super excited to come back and join my ladies here in Zoom. I have Ashley with Words United. How are you, Ashley? Wave,
Hello.
say something so you spotlight. And then I have Daunya. Daunya, tell me I'm saying it correctly.
Yes, ma'am, VR. That's correct. Thank you for checking.
Awesome. So I have Daunya here, and Daunya is with Austin. Give me the rest.
Oh, Altons Old School Barbershop. I do work with Austin
Altons
Center.
Old School Barbershop. I love that. I love that name because, and I love your logo. If you guys didn't go on our website to see the flyer, you have to see their logo. It just gives you this feeling of nostalgia. You just kind of want to go there and say, hey, I don't really need a haircut, but I just kind of want to check this place out because it just looks like it's going to be something awesome. So we want to get our conversation going this morning. I want to remind you all that this is our third Wednesday. So on June 17th, we will be having our Women Warriors winning the business battle. And we're going to continue featuring our ladies for Women's Veterans Day. We'll have our two winners, our George's Choice and our audience choice. I'm having speech impediments this morning. Go to our website, pull up the flyer, review their resumes. You're gonna be surprised. I was really surprised when I got their bios to just see how amazing these two ladies are. I didn't know everything there was to know about them. They are. Okay, you're gonna be very impressed. They are really doing some exciting things, and they're just kind of hiding it under a bushel. And it goes to show what our female veteran entrepreneurs are doing, and we just have no idea because we're not connected. And that's one of the things we want to do through the Women's Veterans Enterprise Center is connect our women veteran entrepreneurs so that we can really grow our businesses collectively together. And that is going to be something I think you're going to be surprised to see a lot of going on as we move forward. And then don't miss our Trending Thursdays tips every Thursday, 6:30 to 7:30. We tell you grab your meal, grab your wine, whatever works for you, relax. And then we're going to get some tips going about how can you keep your business moving forward. We've had legal issues. We've had mental health issues. We've addressed a number of different topics. And all of our topics have basically been something that a member has requested. So we haven't pulled anything out of the sky. Everything that we've done have been topics that members have put in chat or either emailed us and say, hey, can you do something around this? So if you have a topic that you want us to address, please put it in chat or send us an email at info@veteranwomensec.org. All right, so we want to get right into our conversation. We want to make sure we have plenty of time for our ladies. So Ashley, how are you this morning?
I am lovely, motivated Monday.
Oh, I love it. Motivated Monday. So I want to get right into our conversation. And I think that the first question I really want to ask is, was your business impacted by COVID-19?
Definitely. I'm sure everyone can have a yes for this response, but yes, definitely. But highs and lows and good reports.
Highs and lows. So can you tell us a little bit about the highs? Because I'm sure everybody wants to know what was the good thing there? Because we always hear about the negative. Let's hear about some of the positives.
Well, we have a program called Books for a Cause. And from the programs that we had originally established in our store, we were able to get material out there to the readers who were stuck at home. And so this was a great initiative that we had already had established for us to launch it during this time that we were all in. So originally us not being able to, get that many books out for Books for a Cause when people could actually access us, but when they couldn't access us, it became fruitful at that time.
That's awesome. And did you find you were engaging more young people, or was it kind of across the board adults? Because we had a lot of children out of school during this time period.
Definitely. So it wasn't equal between adults and children. We have authors on different platforms that have victory stories that talk about mental health, that talk about positive speaking. And so on that aspect, we had a big range of sales for the adults who just wanted to have a positive mindset during this time. One, being at home with their kids, or just dealing with what they were facing, i.e. job discomfort or any other things that they were facing because of the situation. And then of course with the children, this is just getting more, I want to get my child more reading material in their hands.
Exactly. That's awesome. And who imagined that a pandemic would get people reading?
Right? That's what I said. And also writing.
All we've been trying to do to get people to read, and it took COVID-19 to get people reading again. That's amazing. Exactly. I want to run over here to Daunya for a second. Daunya, tell me, was your business impacted by COVID-19?
Our business was definitely impacted by COVID-19.
So tell me a little bit about that, positive and negative.
Well, we opened our doors in January. We took over an existing lease, and we are just really babies in the business. So we're just getting started. And we had not designed anything for our web or online store. So COVID-19 definitely pushed us to do that because we have no foot traffic. Nobody can come into the shop. Nobody can get a haircut.
You know what? I'm remiss. No one knows what you do. You gotta tell them what you do. I kind of talked a little bit about your logo, but tell us what you do, Daunya. Tell us what it is that your business is, and why this impact is so relevant. And then when I come back to you, Ashley, you did tell us you had a little bit about your bookstore, but I think you have an event space too. So I want you to give a little bit more about your business. So tell us a little bit about your business, Daunya.
Oh, okay. Well, we are an old school barbershop that's focused on community and unity. We actually really think that we thrive by lifting other people up. So most of what we do is really designated on building community and making people feel good. But my husband and I are both former educators in the hair industry. So we've been doing this for years, and we teach other people how to make people look good and feel good.
Nice. I like that. So you have an actual barber shop.
I do. That's correct.
So when COVID-19 took full blast, you had to close your doors.
Yes, ma'am, we did. We sure were not happy about it, but it gave us time to revamp and think about where we actually need to grow our business.
So it was a good time to begin to think about pivoting and positioning, because you just kind of opened your doors maybe 3-4 months. 3 months in April, here comes COVID telling us, we can't interact with each other anymore. Right. So you had 3 months of business. How was those 3 months though?
Well, to be honest with you, it was an existing business. So we had already had 4 years worth of growth. And the first 3 months were really fun. It was exciting, I work with other veterans, and I work with, a firefighter and a fierce, I'm going to call her a fierce female. And in the barber industry, that's huge. Nobody wants a female barber. It's unheard of in a lot of different countries. And so we're breaking ground here. It's fantastic.
That's the American way. We're always innovating. Yes. And you just mentioned something that everybody may not know. You are a veteran, Daunya?
Yes, ma'am. Proud veteran.
What branch?
I was in the Army.
I say who?
All right, go Army. I'm an Army brat. Okay. All right. That's right. I'm gonna jump over here to Ashley for a minute, because Ashley, you kind of hinted at what you were doing, that you had a bookstore, but tell us a little bit more about your program.
Yes. So we too are a new business. We actually established our business in November 2019. We did our first pop-up store in December. And so we were open from December through March as well, until COVID-19 halted our pop-up entity. And so we changed the bookstore concept where we weren't confined to one location. We use AFES exchanges, and we pop up from location to location to location through every military base, as well as our online store was thriving. So we had both entities to fall on. So when COVID-19 did come around, we were able to just bounce onto our online store. And so the event section of it was individually, my business partner and I are already authors. And so we use that same platform of going around doing book signings and just making it a store. And so we just pop up wherever the event was or wherever the open door was.
That's awesome. So having those different revenue streams kind of really work for you. And even though you didn't plan it that way, it positions you to really kind of take advantage of this whole COVID-19 situation.
Exactly, definitely.
So I want to come back to that. But I want to talk to Daunya for a minute here. Daunya, you had a brand new business 3 months in.
Right.
What would you have done differently?
I would have listened to the advice that I got from everyone else to move our business online. Taking other people's advice.
Okay, how do you cut hair online?
That is something that we're working on right now. We're actually really interested in partnering up with some people in LA to do online education.
I love it.
We're excited. We're so excited.
You're saying what we had a conversation about, and that's all about innovation. A colleague of mine, we were talking about how everybody wanted to go get their hair done. And I was like, you know what? This is an opportunity for beauticians. Do some blogs. Show people how to, touch up their own hair. Show people how to, put their hair up in a bun or in a way that they can, keep a style longer. Show them how to do a couple little clips. You're not going to show them everything. You're not going to give your whole crap away. But give them some tips to keep them happy until you can get them back. And so that whole educational piece is huge because, you never know when you're going to be away from your beautician or you're in a situation where you need to figure out, how do I make this work? And so those little tips will make all the difference. So I think that's awesome.
We're really blessed. We are truly loving the change in the atmosphere and the fresh energy and all the steam that we've really created through this COVID-19 pandemic. We've had a lot of help.
Now, let me ask you something. Have you guys reopened?
We have. We've reopened. It is much slower than we thought it was going to be originally. I don't know if you knew, but Lakewood was kind of a hot spot for COVID-19. So we are slowly reopening our doors and following all the safety measures and precautions.
That's good because you want to take care of your customers. So now I'm going to go ahead and ask you the second question, and that is, did you apply for any financial support that they offered through COVID-19?
Yes, we did. And that was, to say the least, a disappointing and educational type of an experience. I learned a lot.
What did you guys apply for? What did you apply for?
Well, the first thing that we applied for was the small business loan. And after about a week, when we hadn't heard back from our bank, and to be honest, we didn't hear back from them for 3 months.
Wow.
I know, right? But I branched out and started looking at the opportunities available through the VA, as well as Bunker Labs, of course, and I have some leadership over at UTA Arlington. They gave me information for Hello Alice. So Hello Alice is actually giving small business loans to Black-owned business owners right now, as well as people affected by COVID-19. They help startup businesses grow and develop, as well as helping us pivot right now.
Well, that's interesting because Hello Alice, their CEO, was the first person we had on our Trending Thursday tips. And so she was on back in April to talk about, business for all and those loans. And Bunker Labs was on one of our sessions, and they also did a backup session with her, with Sabrina, where they had a talk. But yeah, and that's on our website. If you go to our website, we have a COVID-19 resource center. And so it's broken down by national, state, local, and then just tools and tips. So I'm excited to know that you found out about that. You applied and you were approved?
Yes, we were. We're really excited. we're operating our business on a dime. You know, we did not have any money. We did not know we were going to take over the lease until 1 month prior.
Wow.
So, you know, everything that we've been doing is just business partnerships. You know, we have so many friends that are helping us, and we're trading services. And just to have a little bit of money to play with is huge.
That's awesome.
Such a
So I
blessing.
just want to be clear, did you guys apply for the disaster relief or did you apply for the PPP?
Well, we did apply for the disaster relief, and we did receive that money first. We also got a PPP loan, but we didn't get it through a bank. Unfortunately, we did get that through our Square app.
Okay. And so the disaster relief loan, how fast did that process out for you guys?
Honestly, we put that in before the loan program was even open. So we were able to receive that maybe 6 weeks into the pandemic.
Not bad, not bad. Okay. And then the PPP you guys got through Squarespace.
Yes, we did. That was really interesting. I was really excited that we'd worked with Square in the past because they were able to establish a credit history really quickly. Whereas I think maybe the banks didn't have that opportunity with everyone.
That's pretty awesome. I think that's probably information people didn't know. I'm going to jump over here to Ashley to just get some info on how she's handled her financial situation. So Ashley, did you guys apply for financial support due to COVID-19?
We applied for everything that was available. I mean, everything. So DAV, Hello Alice, a lot of different veteran organizations, SBA, and so we did get DAV's COVID-19. We did get SBA's support. We got a couple.
So now, which one did you guys get from SBA? Did you get the disaster assistant or did you get the PPP? Or did you get both?
We got the disaster assistant.
Okay, and how was that process for you? Was it quick? Was it easy?
No, like literally just got it in May.
Oh, wow. Okay. But the process itself, completing the application and all of that how was that for you?
Oh, every process was easy. It was a matter of filling out the application and submitting. There was no issues there. We didn't get any drawback, but we're new. So like what Daunya was saying about Square had a continuity for us as far as our sales, as opposed to banks where we don't have tax reports because we're months in instead of years in.
That's awesome. Okay, go Square. So you guys got a Square got processed through Square too?
We processed through Square, but we didn't receive any funding. No.
Okay, so you guys didn't get PPP?
No.
Okay, did you apply to Alice?
Yes, we applied to Alice. We didn't get any funding there either.
Okay, but you guys got funding through DAV?
We did.
What was DAV doing?
DAV was doing emergency relief, just for support for assistance. So it was family/business.
Oh, okay. So
it wasn't
called
the emergency relief fund.
How did that impact you guys not being able to get that PPP? Because that was a bigger chunk of money.
Yeah, so really any funding that we got was extra. The great part of me and my business partner joining together was we don't use our funding to live. We just use our funding for business. So we are both disabled veterans that live off of our other entity of personal living. Word Unite Bookstore is just the business that's going to be our legacy for our children. So we were just stacking that. Awesome. We're just stacking that money and using it in the business. Everything we get to pour in gets to go towards the business. And that was our number one advice before we opened our business from our business advisor, from an older bookstore owner. They said, if you're going to go into business, you got to be able to afford the business by itself without having to live off of it.
Okay. That was some decent advice right there. So you did receive your financial report and Daunya received a financial report. I'm going to take you to the next one then. What does the future of your business look like as we move into the summer?
Oh, so right now we're dealing with a lot of partnership, getting on different platforms that gives us the vigilance. We want to stay relevant and we want to stay, expand our reach and our audience. And so that's what we're looking at right now. Our plans as far as getting into more locations, we can't really make those moves right now. So right now we're focusing on staying mobile, which is what we pitched in the pitch competition. We want to have those mobile vehicles that is like a mobile bookstore where we can stop anywhere. You can stop by the bookstore from a truck environment and to continue to pop up in different locations. And then partnering with great businesses like Altons Barbershop. Daunya and I, since the pitch competition, have partnered together to do things together.
That is awesome. That's what this whole Women's Veterans Day theme was. Connect, collaborate, and celebrate. So you guys connected, and now you're working on a collaboration. And we all need to celebrate that because that's awesome because you guys just met. You just met this competition, right?
Right, exactly.
When we together. I'm an avid reader. I'm so impressed with this whole concept.
That is awesome. Okay, so I'm going to go over here to Daunya. Daunya, tell me a little bit more about the collaboration. What does this look like?
Well, I'm really excited that Ashley reached out to us. We are actually trying to partner with different businesses every month to raise awareness in the community and kind of highlight different ways that people in Lakewood can become active with helping others. And honestly, literacy is huge. So when Ashley reached out to me, I insisted that she pitch me an idea, and her idea was definitely haircut and a book for Go Back to School. So I am just absolutely thrilled with that. We're active with the school, so we're reaching out through different channels to offer them gift certificates. They can pre-order. The books are signed, and the books are written by local authors, which is really important to us.
You know what? I thought that was so super when they did their presentation. I didn't get to see the final, but I saw you guys' slides in advance, and I thought this is so cool because they are featuring authors who are local, who probably wouldn't get into your Barnes and Nobles and some of these other big stores. So if you want to connect with some of your local artists, some of these people who are just tremendously talented, but just don't have the money to, or don't have the connections to get somebody to pitch them like that. Here's kids, fathers, mothers, grandmothers writing their story, and you're able to share it in your community. I thought that was simply awesome. So imagine another little kid getting another little kid's book and saying, wait a minute, a kid wrote this, so I can write a book?
Yes.
You may not have ever even thought about that, right?
Definitely. Fantastic idea.
I think that is so super awesome. So are the people purchasing the books? Are you guys giving the books away? How are they getting the books?
They are purchasing the books.
Okay.
We could buy the books and then give them away, but I think by taking a couple of months to advertise and really let people know the value of early education and literacy, that we'll be able to showcase more of her talents. Ashley has talents, her child.
And also supporting your community authors.
Right. That's
we're all trying to help all of our businesses come back. So if that person is an author and that's kind of what they do, now you're supporting that community author.
Right. And she's so worth it. I don't want to devalue her by giving the books away. People need
absolutely not.
Yeah.
But I'm just wondering how you guys are doing. I'm not making any suggestions that you people do it. I'm just asking a question.
Yeah, we're gonna set a set price, and they are going to purchase that set collaboration price. They'll get a haircut and they'll get a book from my store, and we'll be at her location for those 2 days that we are going to schedule for them to schedule their haircuts and get to meet us as a bookstore.
And not only that, they can read their book while they're getting their haircut.
Yes.
Or while they're waiting to get their haircut. So instead of playing on your phone and stuff, you can read a book. That is pretty cool. I love that. All right, so I'm going to jump over here to Ashley. And now I need to ask the most important question of all. What support right now would be most beneficial for your business? What's going to make the difference?
More open doors. I mean, we are willing to stay within the cautionary measures of, partnering with different businesses that can utilize our services. I mean, literature is key. Our children's education is key. Our self-healing and mentality and mental health is very important. And so open doors really help us to get the books in the hands of the individuals who need them. Supporting local authors is what we're all about. As authors, not being able to get our books in platforms was like detrimental, and it was heartbreaking. But we were like, we can open our own door. We can create our own environment. And so if anyone's watching and they know any platform that we can enter and get these books in individuals' hands, we have many packages where we can partner and do bulk orders or events like me and Daunya are doing. A haircut and a book that can go together for back to school. There's so many different creative ways we can partner.
You know what? And I want to throw this out here now for any of our sponsors that might be listening. Our second annual conference is coming up in October. We would love to support some female veteran authors and get a book in their bag. So sponsors, are you listening? We need you to, get your money together and sponsor us so that we can put a book of another female veteran author, encouraging another female veteran book in that bag. And I know you have some female veteran authors because I was able to go on your website and I saw some spotlights. So I know you have some veteran books out there. So we can pull together a whole package, whether we do 2 or 3 or we just do 1, that we get those books on the table for those authors. I think that is going to be so absolutely exciting and just an amazing opportunity for them. Definitely. So we're going to put the center out there. And not only that, when everybody opens again, we invite you guys to come down to Dallas and, maybe do a pop-up here.
Definitely. We are excited.
Look, the 2 owners are veterans and they're authors. So if they just come, you already got 2 people talking. But we know we have some female veterans down here that have written books. And you have Lillian up there with you that's written a book. And so we have some talented women who are not shouting it from the rooftop. And we got to bring you guys out of the shadows and into the light, which is what our pitch competition was all about, featuring our female veterans and letting the world know, particularly our state of Texas, just how awesome you guys are in the work that you're doing. So exactly. we got to get those books out there. Even if maybe what we do is maybe just feature the book on the website. Like maybe we'll do a book of the month. Yes. Maybe we can work with you guys as we start upgrading our website, that we could do a book of the month. And it would always be like another female veteran, either entrepreneur or somebody sharing something that would be uplifting. And we could bring that to the website and just kind of feature it. So it just, ties into what we're doing.
Girl, you just threw out a whole lot. My hamster is running now.
Look, I'm the innovator. I am the innovative strategist. I can think of ways to get things done now. You just got to pick my brain for a minute, but we can come up with some creative ideas. And I love what you guys are doing. And we need to get more books into people's hands. We need to break from the phone, the TV, all of this technology, and get back to some of our basic stuff. Walks in the park and reading a book. Just spending time with each other, having an actual conversation, face to face. So some of these basic things we need to bring back. And I think starting with a book, sitting at a table instead of on your phone, reading an actual book in your hand is just a different experience than an audiobook. A lot of people love audiobooks, and I think that's nice too, but it's just a different feeling and a different experience.
Exactly. And during this time, we had a lot of veterans stuck in assisted living environments, and this was a great opportunity for us to reach out to them and get them books in hand. So there's a lot of different ways we could get these books out there. Like I said originally, our Books for a Cause program is how we get our books to other people who need them. And so we can use this opportunity if individuals just contact us.
Well, you guys heard them. They want to connect with you. If you want to connect with them, all of their information is going to be on our website. You can check them out. And you guys got to send me all of your social media because I have your bio, but I will add all of your social media to today's link. So anybody looking for you can go back to today's event and find all your links and everything on our website too, if they don't remember the name of your business. Now I want to come over here to Daunya and I want to ask you the same question, Daunya. What support right now would be most beneficial for your business?
Honestly, VR, we really need to get our name out there. So marketing, special events, we're making several lifestyle videos as well as tutorials. So if you had a back to school event or any kind of event where you wanted somebody to come and do haircuts, we would love that. And of course, any kind of marketing or advertising, anybody that knows how to build a website or or build a brand online, that would be fantastic. We really
Okay, so now I'm going to throw you another goodie. Because of college being not in school, a lot of students are looking for internships.
Oh, that would be great. That would be awesome.
Graduate students. So you need to start tapping the colleges in your area to find out who hasn't gotten their placement yet and needs to fulfill their hours.
Oh, that's fantastic. Right.
And then the next thing you need to do is check with your churches.
Oh, yeah.
Check with your churches and schools to see what are they doing for the kids. Are they going back to school? Are they going to be schooling from home? No matter what, people still kind of want to come together for different opportunities. So you can do these smaller events where you are the resource partner. You are the person that's coming in. Maybe people need to learn how to take care of hair at home.
That's right. That's correct.
Because they can't come to you because of COVID. And this could go on for several more months. So what kind of training can you offer people? How to do cornrows, how to do clippings, how to edge up? You know, I don't know. I'm not in the beauty industry, but what are those tips that you can provide that will help people be able to maintain if they can't go to the barbershop?
That's huge. That's really, really important to us. We've actually worked a lot with the Austin Street Center in the past, and of course, a couple of different churches that we've spoken to. Everybody, unfortunately, right now is a little bit scared. Yeah. So most.
But that's why you want to do your videos.
Right.
But you want them to get it out to their network. So you don't have access to their network. So you're going to do the video, but they're going to push it out to their network. So I'm not saying go to their facility. I'm saying connect with them as a resource.
That is a great idea. I didn't think about that. We should.
I'm not sending my bill. Don't worry about it.
The second one. Dude, I'm going now. Now I'm really thinking.
I'm like, no. I don't want you to go to the church. I want you to do what you said you was going to do. Create
No, we are. I promise we start Saturday. And, you know, because of Hello Alice, we don't necessarily have to pay somebody else to make these videos, but we are going to have some outside help and hopefully are able to reach out to some people at colleges. Now that you mentioned it, I am going to contact PTA.
Reach out to your colleges because those kids are looking to fill their volunteer hours because COVID, they couldn't go anywhere, they couldn't connect, and they need to do their internships. And some of them need internships in order to actually graduate.
Right.
So what you need is remote. So they can do those videos remotely. They can help you with your blog. They can help you make a lot of these little things remotely and get their hours in.
That is a great idea.
Yep.
Definitely.
That's what I'm going to be doing. And I encourage everybody else to do it. So we've got a few more minutes. I really want to talk to you ladies about your pitch experience. So I'm gonna jump around again. So I'm gonna run over here to Ashley. Ashley, what made you want to pitch, or what made you decide to even get in the game and say, well, I'm gonna pitch my business?
I mean, like I said, we have to get our faces out there, and who's going to do it if we don't speak up for ourselves? And so I am like the super motivator. You can't ask me those kind of questions because I get in front of every audience. But as a business owner, if you're listening, you really have to be an advocate to speak about your business. And that's what made me get into this competition. One, I get to have a collaboration event with other women of service, and that's my number one love. You know, just to support my service and my veteran community, but on a platform of entrepreneurship, especially in a time now where we're only getting to speak virtually. I felt like I had to, and this was an opportunity that you can't be missed. Beyond discomforts and fears, Daunya and I had this conversation before. You know, there's a fear aspect of, you know, pitching and hearing other people's input. But if you really wear those different things on your shoulders and really take the good away from it, it's really beneficial and profitable for your future.
Now, how did you hear about the pitch competition? What platform?
I think it was my other veteran community. So I am a lifetime member of Women Veteran Alliance, and it might have been a part of Camouflage Sisters as well, another women veteran organization that I'm the admin assistant for. So between Camouflage Sisters LLC and Women Veterans Alliance, they advertised it a lot. And so that was how I was able to get that platform for us.
Oh, I just got thrown off a minute there. Don't ask me why. But I heard you say Women Veterans Alliance.
Yes, Women Veterans Alliance with Melissa Washington. Yes.
She was just on our Thursday program last week, and then you said Camouflage Sisters.
Sisters with Lila Holly.
Okay, awesome. Okay, so let me ask Daunya the same question, Daunya. What made you decide to pitch?
To be honest with you, I am really excited. I just got my veteran status this past year.
Wow.
So I had completely walked away from all the resources and everything available to me through any kind of veteran center. I am so glad that I did, and I want to take all the opportunities that I can to get to know my sisters. You guys have just pushed me through school, through everything the past couple of years, and become an amazing support system. Plus, I needed to really cut my teeth and learn how to pitch. I'm deathly afraid of public speaking. I'm hands-on. And so this actually really, really helped and encouraged me to learn how to do something different and step out of my comfort zone.
Now, how did you hear about the pitch competition?
That's really interesting. I believe that I heard about it through maybe Bunker Labs.
Okay.
Maybe Hello Alice, but I was so excited. I didn't even know there was a Veteran Women's Enterprise Center or
Now you do.
Now I know. Really exciting.
Okay, so if I was gonna ask you if you could give someone else, because we do pitch competitions locally here all the time, and we're gonna be doing the Women's Veterans Day, the pitch, from my perspective, because we started it this year. We're gonna do this every year, but we want to start doing more advertisement to get more people involved across the state, so we can really make it a fun competition between the different areas and the branches. You know, this year the Air Force took it, but at least the Navy came in audience choice, so I was kind of thrilled about that, being a Navy veteran. But and Dallas, that would be Dallas was second, and Richardson, you know, took first place. So it is what it is.
That I like it. I'm sorry, my Facebook is disabled because of all the politics. Can you tell me the kind of the lineup? Who won first place? What were the two?
So GXA won first place. That was Alicia, and that's the IT software company.
Right.
And I Like It, which is the cheesecake company, the gluten-free cheesecake company. They took the Audience Choice Award. I can see why cheesecake would take the Audience Choice Award. And like everybody's like, could you bring us some samples, maybe? But no virtual samples. So now, if you were going to give someone, I'm gonna let you think about it for a minute. I'm gonna jump back over here to Ashley. So Ashley, if you were gonna give another one of your fellow female veterans some advice about pitching, about the experience, tell me one of your top pros and one of your top cons, meaning something you would do differently And one thing you were like, oh, I'm super glad I did that.
Well, I was super glad that I did this pitch competition. One, through any pitch competition that I have competed in, you get so many different perspectives, especially if you do the coaching prior to. So pitch competitions give you the opportunity to, get some insight from different platforms that can think of things in different ways outside of what you might have been thinking. And so that was the number one thing that I took away, the different insights through all the different coaches that we had that were provided for us to utilize. If we used them, I got different concepts and suggestions from each and every one of y'all. And so that was very good. Something that I would have done differently is your setup. So they teach you, to, have a good environment in your background. Don't have distractions. Look at the audience, know what you're speaking about. And so we had this whole setup, which had to shift so that way, one, we were comfortable, and two, the panelists could actually receive us. And so I learned a lot from that process, learning how to actually set up your environment for pitching.
That's awesome. All right, Daunya, I'm coming back to you. You should be ready by now.
Okay. What was the question?
What was this is what I definitely would do again, and this is what I definitely would not do again.
Right. So I would definitely take the coaching again, right? That was just fantastic. I had no idea where to start. I started from the bottom and learned so much. And what I would not do again is I would not try to squeeze a pitch competition into a 2-hour frame. So I was really confused, and I had everything set up, and then I thought, wow, I didn't take any time for practice pitches. I was working, I was at my job. I didn't set up. I would not do that again. I would set up everything the right way. I would practice pitching, and I would take it a little bit more seriously just because I know what to do now, so I could just do better. But I would definitely do it again. It was a lot of fun, and I love learning from you guys, people with experience that
you guys were an absolute joy to work with. I mean, watching you progress, particularly with you, Daunya, because you kept sending us stuff. So we really got to watch you from, I don't have any idea what I'm doing. We're like, okay, we see that. To, hey, look what I'm doing now. Like, oh, this is looking good. She's got to get the hang.
Yes, I came really far.
It was so super. It was super. It was like watching, a butterfly transform. You're seeing this thing. You're like, I have no idea what this is. And then it starts to open up, and it just becomes this really beautiful thing. You're like, this came from that. If you go back and you look at it, just go back and look at your emails and go, wow, this is where I started.
Right.
And this is what I ended up with. And you guys, you did that in a really short period of time. We really only gave you a week.
Right.
We didn't give you months and a whole bunch of time to spin with it. It was like, your business or you don't, and here you can present it.
Right.
You were really on the crunch, and it let you know what you could do on the crunch.
Right. So, and that's what I love about the military. You never can't. You always can.
Absolutely.
People to help
Absolutely. So I'm going to jump over here to Ashley one more time. Ashley, tell me what you got from the judges. So this is what you got from us as team members. We kind of help you guys get ready. But what was one of the really good things that you got from the judging experience, from what, I don't know, the questions they asked you or the overall interaction? Did you get anything from that?
Yes, the overall interaction was phenomenal. It made me feel like I was in a Fortune 500 CEO table, having a conversation about my business. And that's something, like I said, if I had let all the disappointments of big marketed bookstores not allowing my books to be on the shelves, forefront as if I was Michelle Obama, We feel like our books are, you know, very key and profitable for individuals who read them, but because of whatever platform we operate in, we might not get that. And to be on this platform and to hear the comments from the panelists was very good because it was realistic, it was genuine, and it was downright, you know, bottom line. And so it wasn't sugar coated or anything like that, but it gave us a kind of like a motivation and a bump of motivation that we are on the right track.
I like that. I really like that. And I'm glad because I worked hard to get you guys super duper judges.
Yeah.
So, what did you think of your judging experience? And this is with the judges, not with those of us who were the team members kind of supporting you.
The judges were fantastic. To know that somebody like that heard my idea and responded in the way that they did was absolutely just phenomenal. The judges were themselves so impressive that just to be in the arena was amazing, and to be able to hear some really fresh ideas, and to know that not only did they hear me, but they understood where I was coming from, you know, and they supported me and helped me through
You guys
that.
are making me feel so bad. I missed the whole pitch thing. I'm like, I wanted to hear all that and feel all that. And I'm getting that from the two, you know, I'm like, oh my God, I missed all that good info and all that, you know, good feedback and, you know, just really all of that support. But I'm glad you guys got it. I'm glad you guys got it. So if we were going to do this next year, would you want me to bring those judges back?
Definitely.
Of course. Yes, definitely.
Yes. Are you guys saying yes? Ashley, are you saying yes?
Yes, definitely.
So I think we want to bring those ladies back. We're gonna have to tie them down or route or, you know, wrangle them in, and then maybe we'll add 2 more people, 5 to the setup this time. Make it more of a lightning round questions. Everybody will get 1 instead of this 3, 5 minutes where they're just kind of spinning, so people get a minute and a half and all that. So you kind of have these lightning round questions that really make you just kind of think on your feet, but get right to the point.
Yeah, definitely. Especially if you did like a rotation of drills. You know, we know drills as veterans. So, you know, anything like that would be, you know, to get us outside of our normal, you know, in a comfort environment, we know how to reach our direct audience. But this was an experience beyond that where you got to go in different arenas.
Yes. And I love the fact that you ladies were all from different industries. I mean, we had IT, we had a bookstore, we had a barbershop, we had a copy shop, we had cheesecake, we had consulting. What else did we have? We had employment. My goodness, what did we have?
Shop.
Huh?
Printing shop.
Yeah, that's what I said, the print shop with Jessica. I mean, I'm trying to think, what didn't we didn't have trucking, okay? So we didn't have
chocolate. That's our barbecue. We didn't have barbecue.
We didn't have barbecue. Oh, yeah, we didn't have like solid food. No, we didn't have that. But hopefully next year we'll add more time and we'll figure out a way so that we can have the pitch program be Facebook Live. So you guys can, so the pitch is coming back. And let me ask you something. What role do you guys think you should play next year as alumni? Do you think you should be able to come back and pitch again? Or do you think you are now alumni? How do you guys see yourselves next year?
I would definitely see myself as a motivator, you know, somebody that they can connect with to help them along the way before they pitch. I think that's what we should be. We should be encouragers to show them we've done it and you can too.
I like that. Daunya, how do you see yourself?
I want to pitch again just because it was my first time. But maybe, you know, if this year I keep pitching a little bit and enter some more competitions and get a little more comfortable, I can help motivate a little bit more. I can tell them, do not blow this off.
I love Daunya. Danya's like, no, I don't want to be an alum. I want to pitch again.
I want to pitch again. This was so exciting.
So we'll have to talk about that. And, you know, I think as long as you didn't win, you should be able to come back again and pitch again. Like, why not? Your business is continuing to grow. You're not a multimillionaire. And so why not get back to the table? And then as an alumni, maybe you can kind of show the newbies like, hey, this is what I learned and this is what I'm bringing to the table. And if you keep coming back, these are the things you'll learn. And this is what you bring to the table by taking advantage of the coaches and, you know, sharing your ideas and information so people can give you input. Coming to that 8 o'clock session the day of, so you kind of get that last minute feedback so you can kind of touch up anything that you wanted to fix.
Right.
And was that 8 o'clock helpful, or did it just freak you guys out?
I wasn't able to make the 8 o'clock or do the sound check the night before. So it was definitely a disadvantage, just not really knowing what to prepare for. And I think that it would have made a huge difference, definitely.
Ashley, how was it for you doing the 8 o'clock? And I know Adam did a sound check the night before.
So yes, we did everything. We did the week before conversation, the introduction. We did the night check. We did the morning check. And so my business partner, that was her first time doing something like that. And so for that, it opened her up to a comfortable environment. So it was very profitable.
Yeah, I got a chance to see you guys, and I don't know what happened when you pitched, but I thought you guys had a pretty tight presentation. I was pretty impressed. There was just a couple of things you guys needed to work on, but I was saying, Colleen might bring this home. They just might bring this home.
You definitely helped her out tremendously. She was so thankful for everything that you said to her.
Well, I'm glad that I could be of assistance, but I'm gonna tell you something. You guys had it pretty tight already. You just need a little bit of tweaking from us, but you guys had that pretty tight. And I love what you ladies are doing. I don't want to get the last word. I want you guys to get the last word. So I'm gonna jump over here to Daunya. I'm sorry, Dante.
I answered to Dante too. I answered to you. Starts with a D.
Our female veterans, anything. Before we get off the line, we got about 6 minutes left. What would you want to share about either about your experience or your business or being a veteran? You know, this is your moment. What would you want to share?
I just want people to know there is no I in we. And as far as female veterans are concerned, it is a wonderful community. Utilize the help and the resources available. And I would also just like to say, if you think that you have an idea that's worth pitching and worth something, you know, just keep going and developing and learning. Reach out to people that you don't necessarily think are going to help you and see what kind of advice they can give you, see where you can go from there. I think that partnerships are key. And I think that as long as you have a strong team to support you and teach you and help you, that you will be successful. That's my real thought. And if anybody wants to help us at Altons, you know, come in, be a model, come in when we shoot a video. We want the community to be active and to be welcome in our barbershop. So we're really reaching out for that community.
I love that
experience.
I really love that because you touched on something that I'm always saying to our female veterans is that and people think it's cliches because it's our slogan, but you really have to get connected.
Right.
You really have to get connected. You don't want to be an island. And I know oftentimes we want to be superwoman and we want to do it all. But the reality is that you don't want to be a jack of all trades. You want to be a master of something and then bring in other masters so that you guys just have a master plan and not like a little piece of this and you do this a little bit well and you tinker with this. But you don't do anything really good. You know, you just kind of tinker with everything. You want to take your craft, what you have, what you guys have been doing for years and you're masters at, and bring in other people who are master at what they do to complement that. So I think that's awesome. Now, I don't want to take up all of Ashley's time. I want her to get in, you know, her final word. Ashley, what do you want to tell us as a veteran, as a business owner, as you know, you tell us what's that final word to the audience that you want them to remember?
Well, it's our slogan at our store. So words have the power to unite us all. And to us, that means, you know, under one roof, we excel. And so it's really about what you just said, VR. It's about the connection. It's about communicating nobody's going to know that you need whatever it is, whatever services you need, unless you speak out about it. And it doesn't have to be too big or too small. Us working together makes it even that more powerful. And so, master the art of connecting, master the art of communicating your need. A lot of us as veterans, it was hard for me to really communicate the need part. And once I got over that, as an individual, you got to go beyond the consumer mindset, and you got to really grow in an aspect of profitability in any area of your life. And so I would say that you got to get into an arena where you can profit and expand and grow together.
I love that. I love what you guys just said. And I want to remind everybody before we go off the air that networking, which we talk about all the time, networking is reciprocal. You have got to be willing to give as much as you want to get. And so many of us come to the table with our hands out. We always want to be seen. We always want to be a part of what somebody else is doing. But yet, when we're doing things, we're not including other people. But we've got to think, how can I be a resource to you? Without looking for you to do anything else for me, how can I be a resource for you? What can I share with you? What can I pass on to you that's going to be helpful? If you guys are constantly thinking like that, if we're all constantly thinking like that, how can I help the next person? You can't help but be helped, because that's just a vicious circle. Well, how can I help Ashley? Well, how can I help Daunya? Well, how can I help BR? Well, how can I help Lillian? Well, how can I help Melissa? And everybody's going, well, how can I help this other person? We're all going to get what we need. But when we become selfish and the only person we're thinking about is ourselves, we break the circle.
Right.
And then nobody gets what they really need.
Yes.
So I want to say in this 1 minute, I am so proud of you two ladies for coming together and collaborating. You are our example of how to get it done, to connect, collaborate. And we're going to celebrate you guys. So when you do this, let us know. You know, push us out a flyer so we can push it out on our social media and let people know what you're doing. And I'm very serious about that, Ashley. You know, we can do a book of the month, or, you know, you guys can come here and do something, and we'll push out something to our sponsors. Let us know what your books, you know, normally cost, and we'll see, you know, who's willing to support that. Because these are awesome opportunities to connect our veteran women and connect our community. And Daunya, you keep thinking, like, how can we connect in? Maybe you can run some healthcare, some self-care through the website, because every business owner needs to look their best.
Yes, we could do a blog if you would like it, you know, kind of a self-care blog. My husband and I both, of course, worked with women previously. We do run a barbershop, but we'd be more than happy to help with self-care and self-love, you know, typical.
Well, send us what you have, because my blog, as you can see, is like $19.99 since the last time we updated it. So I don't have time to do the blog. So I love to get great information from other female veterans that we could share that's relevant. So whatever you're thinking over needs to be relevant. So every business owner needs to look good. They need to connect with their clients. They need to look good here on these virtual meetings, on Zoom, whatever they're doing. They need to be able to give that impression of professionalism and that they have their game together. So how do we help them do that while we're still kind of going through this health shelter in place and, you know, reopening? It's not all come together yet. So how do we piece it all together? And I think you have a great idea.
Thank you. That's fantastic. I'm going to use my my education for this one. I'm really excited to branch out and help in any way I can.
I love it. So thank you, Ashley. Words united. Thank you, Daunya. Daunya is with Austin.
Oh, no. No, it's Altons Old School Barbershop. I don't
know why I keep wanting to call it Austin. Why do I want to call it Austin?
I work with Austin Street.
Tell them again.
It's Altons Old School Barbershop. We specialize in old school men's cuts and classic shaves, as well as grooming. I personally can't wait to reach out.
You can't miss her logo. I love it. You can't miss her logo. And I also love Words United. They got the open book. You can't close that book. You got to keep that book open. Ladies, This has been simply awesome. These two ladies came together at the very last minute. I wasn't going to do this Monday because we had so much going on last week. And I thought about them and I said, wait a minute, these businesses are living COVID-19. Let's talk about what they're doing. And you guys have given us some really great concepts on how to pivot, how to reposition, and how to push through all this. And really, I keep telling everybody, we don't want to survive COVID-19. We want to literally thrive. We want to come out of this just on a whole new level. So thank you for everything you're doing. I can't wait to connect with you guys again. Have an amazing rest of your Monday and an awesome week. Thank you, everybody, for attending, and we'll see you again next Monday at our Monday morning message. Bye, ladies.
Have a great week. Bye.
Thank you.